Hmm.
ああ、最終便で出発してよ。今日のうちにそっちまで行って一泊するってさ。
二人だけで？
いや、ミッチーが付き添い。まあ、あいつが一番お荷物っぽいけどね。
そう。
この2週間くらい二人してかなりあたふたしてたよ。秋はともかく、カイがあんな焦ってるのは久々に見たさ。結構無茶な条件出されたみたいでね。ただ、なんかさ、あの子らすごく一生懸命なんだよ。青春してるなーって感じ。でさ、今日になって急につきものが落ちたような顔になっちゃって、もうすがすがしいくらいに。なんか珍しく貝がロボ部のために一肌脱いだみたいだよ。どういう心境の変化があったんだかね。って私ばっか喋ってるじゃないか。そっちでは会う約束してるんでしょ？
してないわ。
はあ？なんで？
忙しいの。
忙しいってあんたね。わかるけどさ、秋寂しがってたよ。やっぱり連絡つかないってしょんぼりしてたし。私さ、それ見てちょっと抱きしめてあげちゃいそうになったよ。あんた最近、妹とちょっとでも話した？これだよ。いい子じゃないか。私もあんな妹が欲しかったわ。
そうね。
冷たいな。ああ、ま、それはいいとして。実際どうなのよ。一言挨拶する時間ぐらい作ってやったら？
言ってるでしょ。忙しいの。
それはわかるけど。でも、ちょっとは自分のことも考えなよ。どうせ男だってろくにいないんだろ。
見ずに言われる筋合いはないわ。
Does it always
お、
come back to that?
今の言い方、昔っぽいじゃないか。ようやく感覚取り戻してきた？ちゃんとご飯食べてんの？家とか散らかしっぱなしのままじゃないでしょうね。あんたって昔っからそういうところあるから。テレビのミサを見てファンだって言ってるおじさまたちに教えてやりたいわ。冗談だよ。とにかく後輩たちの晴れ姿を見るぐらいはしてやんなって。わかった？
そろそろ切るわ。これから取引先と会食なの。
ああ、また連絡するよ。じゃあな。
All right, I'm officially curious what's going on with the big sister.
やっぱり、あんたはもう帰ってくるつもりはないんだね。それは、秋やカイだけじゃなくて、私も寂しいな。
Oh. Yeah, at first I was like, shit, what a dick. She's just an asshole, but something's going on. And I want to know what it is. I gently lift my head and notice the light is coming in from outside my window. I've been sitting on this hard seat for so long that my body aches all over. I stretch out a bit, still seated.
まさかハンバーガーショップで一夜を過ごすとはね。
They let you do that? We figured we had a hotel reserved, but after getting to Haneda Airport, Michi delivered a shocking announcement.
いいか耳かっぽじってよーく聞くようにホテルは取ってないぞわかるか予算ないのに泊まれるわけがないこれは豆知識というか社会の常識だ勉強になったな
Life lessons. And then he moved on like it was no big deal. And so we set out for Odaiba, where Robo 1 is held, and spent the night in a 24-hour burger joint. Oh yeah, just sleep in the booth, you know?
東京は島とは違うことばっかだろ
Why not?
この経験がだなやがてお前にとって貴重な財産となるんだな
まあ確かに違うことばっかりだよ
On the island, the only 24-hour joint is a diner in Nishino Omoteshi. We also have the 2 convenience stores total. And then you have the fact that even in the middle of the night, Tokyo is lit up bright. As someone accustomed to the darkness of the island, that brightness was actually a little scary. I even end up looking for that creepy aurora in the sky. Fortunately, it was in the sky where it always is, serving as a reminder that we weren't too far from Tanegashima. And such was my first night in Tokyo. A priceless experience or something.
そもそもヤシオはワクドは初めてだろん先生のおごりで食べたハンバーガーはどうだった
Burger. McDonald's! Yes! WickD is short for McDonald's, a fast food joint. It's the place for burgers in Japan, but we have none in Tanegashima. Pronunciation. Even though we're nearly 20 years into the 21st century. McDonald's. I adore those copyright avoiding names. Their burgers are totally fine, and the one I had yesterday was no different. I could have gone for another though. If possible, we wanted to avoid being exhausted because we spent the night in hard chairs. For Akiho and I, this was important. There's the threat of having an attack at any time, that's true. The more we strain our bodies, the easier it is for an attack to occur. As soon as we found out that we didn't have a hotel booked, the first thing I worried about was having an attack. So basically, right now it's like I'm holding onto a bomb with a lit fuse. Who knows when it could explode? Does he know about the attacks? I can't remember if he mentioned that it's like common knowledge or if like just a small group know. I can't remember. Either way, I know for sure that it's lit. And once the fuse is lit, it won't stop until it explodes. It's just a question of when. I have no control over that, so all I can do is pray to the powers that be. I'd love for it to occur at a time and place that would cause as little trouble as possible to the people around me. I grit my teeth. This condition is irritating as hell. It sucks having to worry about something else while I already have other things to deal with. I'm so fed up that I want to shout out loud. I want to go back to the island right this minute.
でミッチーさ、ロボ&エントリーってもう済ませてるの？
いや、シード組以外は今日の朝に会場まで行って受付を済ませることになってるはずだぞ。
I think. He thinks so much for leadership.
何時から？
確か9時だな。先生の記憶が確かならだぞ。これ豆知識な。
いやー、さすがミッチー。役に立たないったらないね。
なんだと？ヤシロ、先生を敬う気持ちが足りんぞ。
I ignore Michi's whining for now. It's 8:50. If registration starts at 9, we need to head to the venue now or we'll be in trouble. I have no choice. I wanted to let her rest a little longer, but I'm gonna have to wake Akiho up. She's in the seat next to me, face down on the table, snoozing away. Up until an hour ago, she was doing the final adjustments to Prez's programming. She eventually dozed off. She looked really comfortable, and since I didn't have... What? And since I felt any final tweaks couldn't be that important. I let her sleep. Just making up words. But since Akio is the only one who actually knows the right registration time, I gotta wake her up.
アキちゃん、起きて。そろそろ行くよ。
Still half asleep, Akio irritatedly swipes my hand, shaking her shoulder. Slightly annoyed, I shake her shoulder again.
アキちゃん、朝ですよ。
Doo doo. Oh, that's great. Is she dreaming? Since she's not waking up, I sigh and forcefully pull on her ear. I don't think she's loving it anymore. Akio's hands claw at the air.
起きた。
I release my hand and she glares at me resentfully. Her eyes are red. That's what a lack of sleep will do to you.
今の起こし方はひどいと思うな。
アキちゃんがあんまり気持ちよさそうに寝てるからいたずらしたくなっちゃってね。
うち寝てた？
She suddenly looks around in a panic.
じゃあまずいな。まだプログラム済んでないのに。
なんだ瀬宮妹、まだ終わってなかったのか？
見てただけのミッチーに言われたくないよ。
そんなことよりロボ&エントリーって何時から？
今って何時
？9時前。
エントリーは9時からだからもう出なきゃ。
She's suddenly clamoring about.
よーし、それじゃあお前ら先生についてこい。
I can't tell if this guy is the worst or the best. Neither of us respond to Michi's order. We leave the restaurant and cross a roadway via an overhead walkway. The road below is filled with cars. There are so many cars that I can't help but stop and stare. Now that it's daytime outside, I take another gander at my surroundings. So this is Tokyo, one of the biggest metropolises in the world. The Bay Area is under large-scale redevelopment for next year's expo. Giant buildings made with cutting-edge 21st century tech side by side. This is a common sight across Odaiba. They're all likely taller than the ones by Kagoshima Station. I've never seen buildings this big in person before. Across Tokyo Bay and the Rainbow Bridge, countless buildings line the shore. You can see Tokyo Tower being taken apart due to its age. Honestly, I've never seen this many buildings before. There are no mountains or forests. Everything's man-made as far as the eye can see. Compared to the island, Odaiba is hot and muggy. The air feels like it's clinging to my skin, and it sucks. The hazy sky makes everything feel all the more cramped. It's like the buildings and sky around me are going to come collapsing in. It's like I'm going to choke on my own breath. Misane's been living in this city for 6 years now already. Right after crossing the overhead walkway, the Odaiba Expo Arena comes into view. I've always liked dome buildings. I don't know. They're very aesthetically pleasing. Akio is refreshed and recharged thanks to washing her face in the restroom. She leads the way, a skip in her step.
寝起きなのにテンション高いね。
ロボ部の運命がかかった日だよ。テンション上げていかなきゃ。
よし、ここで先生から提案してやろう。いいか、今から3人で学校の校歌を歌うんだ。歌いいぞ。
やだよ。
テンション上げる意味が違うよ、ミッチー。そりゃあ歌は文化の極みだけど。
お前たち、先生は悲しいぞ。
For some reason, the downtrodden Michi just runs off into the distance. I think it's safe to ignore him for now.
残りのプログラムも気合で済ませるから、カイは何にも心配しないで。
結局練習する時間は全く取れなかったけどね。
それはごめん。
No rehearsal time is gonna hurt. Today's the qualifiers, so I just have to pray I don't get matched against a veteran. Gonna have to learn as I play. The plaza in front of the venue is already crowded with people. There are teenagers like us in school uniforms, middle-aged men, and even some women who look like models.
カイはこの辺で待ってて。うちが受付してくる。
I guess I'm on luggage duty. If our beloved honorary prez got stolen by a rival or something, we'd be real screwed. Not that I expect anyone wants our junky, decade-old hobby robot.
アキちゃん、
Rude. I call to Akiho from behind.
無理しないように。
ありがとう。
She smiles and strikes a pose, then walks off towards the expo arena. Now then, I've got some free time until she returns. Michi's off who knows where. I crouch down in place and close my in place and close my eyes. If I focus my awareness into my mind, I can feel the blood flowing around inside my body. At the same time, feelings like unease and impatience start welling up from within. It's obvious that the fuse is getting shorter, but I still have no clue how much of it is left. I want to conquer my mental weakness. I want to get over the insecurity caused by this bomb, but I can't. So, if I'm going to endure my anxiety, I might as well relieve some stress by playing Killbout. It always comes back to Killbout with this kid. Truth be told, I spent the entire night playing at Wick-D. Wick-D. That's why I didn't sleep much, if at all. After playing the game in Tokyo, I can hardly withstand my own excitement. This is amazing. Why, you ask? Because there's basically no lag in multiplayer. On Tanegashima, due to the connection issues and the like, there's simply no way to avoid the effects of lag. Hell, until last night, I figured it was totally normal. I thought everyone was dealing with lag to some extent. But when I started up KB for the first time in Tokyo, it was completely different from playing on the island. The response time to my inputs was so good that it made me feel like I was playing a different game altogether. In matches between top rankers, a difference in only a few frames of input decides victory and defeat. So for a game like Kill Ballad, a lagless environment is basically a paradise. Yeah, maybe that's why he could never break top 4. It's all because of the lag. Ironically, since I'm used to playing with heavy lag, the accurate timing led me to lose some low-tier rankers. But thanks to the thrill of playing KB in its true form, I forgot. Whoops! Oh God, I'm pressing buttons. I forgot about my anxiety. It was like a kind of trank. Maybe I should move to Tokyo if it means no more lag. A part of me is legit considering college here just for that. It's pretty common for universities with lower score ceilings to not fill up, so I should be able to get in somewhere. This kid's he's got his priorities straight. Go to college in Tokyo, specifically for the lack of lag in a video game. Yes. I end up shouting out loud. I just got matched with number 4 on the leaderboards. Tadjiringer. I call them Tadjirin. This marks my first time getting matched with someone higher in rank than me while in a lagless environment. Pressure's on. While I'm still only ranked 5th, Tadjiringer is the only player in the top 5 that I truly respect. All 4 players higher than me play in complete silence without using Voicha. Tadjiringer is no exception. Hell, they don't even respond to text chat. I have no idea what kind of person they are. What I do know is that they're crazy strong. If we're talking win-loss records, I've lost the overwhelming majority of our encounters. But that's exactly why I always challenge them when I can. Like now, even though I'm still not used to the lack of lag. But you know what? A true Kill Ballad player would issue a challenge anyway. Oh my god. I lick my lips and start to get pumped up. I've already managed to stuff my anxiety into the corner of my mind. Yeah. Victory, possibly? Yeah.
よっしゃー
I forget that there are people around me and shout into the air. I can't help but get hyped when I beat someone strong. Strange for me, right? I guess it's an adrenaline rush. But here's the thing, you can't rise in rank by just winning once. I need to raise my win ratio against the high-tier rankers. Tadgeringer disconnects after just one match. Aw, man, I wanted to fight them a few more times at the very least. I close Kill Ballad with a bit downtrodden. After I yawn, I begin to stretch in an attempt to fight off my drowsiness. Fortunately, just the word yawn made me yawn. Fortunately, I've managed to drive off some of my anxiety towards the bomb I'm carrying. I'm fine. I'm not all that agitated. In a little while, the Robot Club, me and Akiho, will stand on the same stage that Misane did 9 years ago. I don't really care about the club getting shuttered if I lose, but I admittedly do kinda want to win the championship like Misane did all those years ago.
だからさ、あんま邪魔しないように。
I can't help but mutter to the bomb inside of me. Yeah, that would suck so bad. Oh, it's Akiho time. Oh. Now I feel bad. I'm standing in the Robo 1 entry registration line. Without even realizing it, I've pulled up a certain person's name on my phone droid. I'm kind of surprised at myself. To be honest, I was planning on sending her a message while in line. I probably only ever called her a few times total. That's mostly because I send my older sister messages. I rarely call. Heck, I don't plan on calling her right now either. Yet here I am, staring so intently at her name that I even forget to breathe. My desperation is almost laughable. Whether it be by message or phone call, I haven't once been able to get in touch with Misa over the past 6 years. She doesn't answer any of my calls or reply to any of my messages. I bet she's busy with TV appearances and stuff. Oh, and despite appearances, she's pretty disorganized. I know I'm just making excuses to fool myself. My sister was like, oh, now I'm sad. Don't make me sad, game. My sister was a college student up until 2 years ago, and even then I couldn't get in touch with her. These feelings well up inside my head by themselves. Is she avoiding me? Yeah, that's an awful thing to say. I don't like that. Rude. If I just say the word into my phone droid, it'll ring her up. But when I try to speak, my voice gets lost in my throat. It won't come out. I'm hesitating. I'm in Tokyo right now. My sister is somewhere in this huge city too. This is probably the closest I've been to her since she left the island 6 years ago. She's right here in front of my eyes, within arm's reach. I sent her a message before about this whole Robo 1 deal, but I have no clue if she read it or not. Since I'm here in Tokyo, I want to see her. She's family. Oh. Oops. I steel myself and say the word out loud. My sister works for the Exoskeleton Company. It goes without saying, but it's the company that produces hugs. Well, it also has been, I'm pretty sure it's been said also. Right now, it's rated #1 on the list of companies in Japan that students want to go and work at. Misa makes appearances on TV and in commercials as the person in charge of the PR. Since last night, I've seen countless posters and AR ads with her photo plastered on them. I think I've seen her more in the last few hours than I did on the island, yet somehow I can't get in touch with her. I gaze at the screen display, almost like I'm praying. It's like something deep in my chest is being squeezed tight, and it hurts. I clench my chest over my clothes. A female receptionist calls out for me. It's then that I realize I'm already at the front of the line. The woman looks at me and offers an entry form for me to fill out. My gaze darts back and forth between the phone droid monitor and the woman.
はい。
I sigh and put away my phone droid. I'm finally within arm's reach. She's so close, yet I still can't reach her. Well, now I'm sad. The first battle of the qualifying tournament has already started. Our central Tanagashima's high team is apparently set to fight in about 15 minutes. Oh, for what it's worth, Michi is still missing. Not that we care. He'll show up, right? So much for our chaperone, huh? I'm calling it now. Michi is the final boss. He's the ultimate villain. Akio was making program adjustments until just a little while ago. Now she's lecturing me on the rules of the competition.
ロボ1ルールは3回相手をダウンさせるかリング外に落とせば勝ちなの。あとダウンさせられた場合とかスリップして転倒した時は10カウント以内に自力で立ち上がらないと追加ダウンを取られちゃうからね。で、コマンド表は覚えた？
She gave me a memo with the command list last night. They're much less complicated than kill ballads, and there aren't nearly as many of them.
あの程度なら覚えるまでもないよ。
種菓子アクセルインパクトってあるよね。これはこの前
Cell impact.
うちの考えた必殺技。奇襲技に近いからここぞっていうところで
I mean, they put a break on it this time, right? Oh, that transformation? Question mark, charge attack? I forgot all about... Like, I hope she put like a break function on it so it doesn't send it right. Honestly, that thing feels more like a suicide attack than anything really usable. But
それでね、
you're just gonna send yourself right outside the ring.
メールで転送するね。
Don't do
い
it.
や別にいいよ。見たって誰が誰だかわからないし。何回勝てば決勝に行けるわけ
4回。決勝は明日やるの。
4 times, huh? Things are gonna be pretty competitive.
1回戦で当たるのは前川静也って人のデビルストロンガー。
Devil Stronger? That must be one of the opponent's that must be the opponent robot's name.
どう？感想は？
感想って言われてもね。本当に名前も何もわからないんだって。
書いては世の中のこと知らなすぎ。デビルストロンガーは前回大会の決勝トーナメント進出者だよ。すごいパワープレイで勝ちまくったの。
実力者ってこと？そんな相手といきなり当たっちゃうなんて参っちゃうね。
でもうちらが勝てばヒーローになれる。
Akio clenches her fists tight and steps up towards me. Why is she so into this?
オペレーター
Like, you know why? Like, what?
ものすごくヒールな感じのおじさんなんだ。
The heelest heel in all of heeldom.
インタビューとか見ててもね、こんにゃろーって思っちゃうくらい印象良くないんだよ。でも大会側が面白いからって理由でプッシュしてるの。悪役なのに優勝候補になってるぐらいね。カイがデビュー戦を飾るにはもってこいの相手でしょ。悪役を倒すのは正義のロボットだって昔から相場は決まってるんだもん。
その根拠のない自信はどこから来るんだろうね。
確かに決勝に残るくらいなんだから相手はすごく強いと思う。でもキルバラシステムを搭載した種菓子マシンさんとカイの実力ならデビルストロンガーをギタンギタンにできる。そうでしょ。
Is this a threat? She presses closer, causing me to draw back instinctively.
そんなに安心したいの？ここで俺が楽勝だよって適当なこと言ってアキちゃんを安心させるのはさ、簡単だと思うけどね。ただ今はそういう気休めをアキちゃんに返してあげるほど余裕なかったりして。
Sure, I'm ranked 5th in the world on the kill ballad leaderboards. But that took a long time and a lot of effort. I learned the quirks of my character, the strats against others, their weaknesses, strengths, everything. But I'm going into this fight with nothing, not even an ounce of practice. I'm going to have to focus even harder than I do when I play Kill Ballad.
俺ってほらこう見えて繊細な男だったりするからね。
カイ、まさか体調が。
どうかな。
There's no point in hiding the truth. She's been dealing with my attacks for as long as I have been dealing with hers.
徹夜の影響はやっぱりあると思うよ。
そう。
Really? Can you not? Skedaddle! I'm doing something. Get out of here. Akio's expression darkens as she gazes straight into my eyes.
あのね、
Like she's imploring me. Or appealing to me. That look.
何？トイレならそこの角を曲がって。
違うよ、こんにゃろ。
Not the hair! Did she really have to go for my hair now of all time? Are you serious? Hey, buddy. Listen. I'm doing something. You can hang out on the bed if you want. Just leave me be. Stop tickling me with that tail of yours. Okay, enough.
一体何なの？
I give her the stage. It looks like she wants to say something, but she can't put it into words. Eventually, she shakes her head. In the end, Akio swallows her words. Nonetheless, I get the gist of what she wants to say. If we lose, the Robot Club is finished. Everything we inherited from our seniors over the last 9 years will be lost. That's why we're here at Robo 1. This is a battle that we can't afford to lose. That's what you want to say, right? But here's the thing. None of that matters to me.
ねえ、アキちゃんさ、飴ある？
何？
飴。
飴って飴？
そう、今持ってる？
カイはマイペースだな。
She grumbles as she pulls a piece of the usual space candy out of her skirt pocket.
はい、一個だけね。
あるんだ。よいいね。後で返すよ。
Of course. I pop it into my mouth. The refreshing sensation makes its way down my throat. Yeah, that's the ticket.
カイ、
She looks like the weight has been lifted off her shoulders. Akio slaps me on the back.
勝とうね。
She says with a smile.
カイは相手が誰だろうと容赦なく叩き潰すタイプでしょ。いつも通りやれば勝てるよ。
まるで俺が悪役みたいな言い
It's
方
true.
だね。
But I'll take that over the tone she had earlier. I mean, she has first-hand experience with your destructive tendencies, so... Luck is not on my side. It's my first time on the big stage. My health is a mess. How could this get any worse? Whoops. No, wrong button. And then on top of that, I have to worry about the positive and negative matchups. Defeat could be immediate. Yet at the end of the day, the feeling of wanting to climb the mountain is the same here and in Kill Ballad. I'm not excited or burdened as a member of the Robot Club. As far as I'm concerned, this is just another fighting game tournament.
時間だね。行こう。
I hear cheers from afar and excited announcer commentary accompanied by stomps that shake the entire venue. All of this is just beyond the end of the hallway. Can you not? Go lay on the bed. Please, I beg of you. I beg of you. I beg of you. I beg of you. Go. Shrouded in light on the other side. Akio and I stand shoulder to shoulder and step into that light together. It's a different world on this side. A huge arena surrounded by bleachers from which all eyes are on us. The cheering shakes our bodies. The shaking cheers our bodies. I don't know. While it's not at full capacity, I can't believe that this many people would be here for the qualifiers. In the morning, too. I've never seen this many people gathered in one place before. It's overwhelming. For the first time in my life, it truly dawns on me that Robo 1, and robots in general, are booming worldwide. The AR billboards with Misane on them only put more pressure on me. She was my gaming master, and I could never beat her. Well, she isn't here in person. It sure as hell feels like she is. You better not screw up. No pressure. I need to make sure not to let myself get lost in this sea of people. It'd be pretty shameful if I lost because I couldn't stay focused. I'd get my gamer license taken away. Gamer license! You know! There are already matches underway elsewhere in the arena. A quick glance around the building reveals a huge variety of hobby robots going toe-to-toe with each other. I'm starting to get worried about our decade-old honorary prez. I can faintly hear an official yelling for Central Tanegashima High in the distance. Yeah, I can barely hear him. I love the way they do that. Like, yeah, music's too loud. Also, this music is just great. Round 1, let the games begin. Oh. And it's gone. I stand before the ring with Akiho. The gazes and cheers from the audience seem distant now. I'm deepening my focus, honing my nerves. Thanks to the candy in my mouth, I don't feel drowsy from staying up all night. I'm also doing my best to hold back my anxiety and irritation about my incoming attack. If this bomb is going to explode, do me a favor and wait till after the match, okay? All I can do is pray for that.
さあ、第4リングでは注目のデビルストロンガーが登場しているぞ。I am here。ヒール宣言した前川静也に注目しようぜ。デビルストロンガーの最初の餌食となるのは種子島の高校生だ。
The live commentary reverberates throughout the venue. On mic is the famous J Babylon. Despite his name, rumors say he's actually Japanese. The commentary assumes we're going to lose. Can't say I'm much of a fan. Fair enough. After being introduced to the audience, I bow my head slightly. Akiho stands the honorary prez up inside the ring. Oh yeah, that's a cool robot. Mike Kawashi is on the other side of the ring, raising both arms to the audience. He knows how to work the crowd. The cheers get noticeably louder. Mike Kawashi's Devil Stronger is pretty big too. It's easily 1.5 times the height of honorary prez.
ねえ、アキちゃん、ロボワンって階級みたいなのってないの？
Weight class.
何年か前はあったけど、今はな
Are
くな
you
っちゃった。
kidding me?
最近はね、優勝者は結構軽量タイプのロボを使ってる人が多いんだよ。だから小さい方が不利とかそういうのはあんまり関係ないわけで。
それは最近のロボの話でしょ？名誉部長の基本設計は9年前だよ。
そうだね。でもほら、あの人もこう言ってたし。
What did he once say?
機体の性能の違いが戦力の決定的差ではないということを教えてやるって。
Well, he's wrong. Specs totally matter. If this guy really is a favorite for winning the whole thing, it's entirely possible the odds are 0-10 against us. But hey, Akio's back to our normal, overly optimistic self, so I'm feeling pretty alright.
まあ、今さらあたふたしないよ。もともと不利な条件なんだし。
Serious right now. Okay. Just. I will let you just calm yourself, okay? Just chill. Everything's fine. Mike Kawashi glares at Akio from across the ring and snorts out a laugh. Oh my god.
つまりあれか、機体性能じゃデビルストロンガーより劣ってるけど、操縦のではてめえのボーイフレンドちゃんの方が俺より上だって言いたいわけか。
This midlife crisis of a man is clearly in his 40s. Wow. That's savage. The dude is running his mouth off, but he's all soft and flabby.
俺よりもこのボーイフレンドちゃんがうまいって？え？そういうこと？
もちろんです。あ、いや、ボーイフレンドとかそういうんじゃないですけどね。カイの実力なら優勝できるってうちは信じてます。
Whoa, hey now. Is this a nationwide broadcast? Should we really be making grand declarations as high schoolers just debuting? You're not supposed to say that kind of thing out loud, even if you believe it. It's embarrassing.
うまいのはロボの操縦じゃなくてお嬢ちゃんの操縦じゃねえの？ベッドの中でのな。
Ew. He's grinning like he just dropped the mic after a zinger, but all he's doing is sexually harassing a young girl, right? Gross.
かってんじゃねえって言ってんだよ、クソガキどもが。だいたいなんだてめえらのロボはよ。パッと見た感じ、ずいぶん古そうなパーツ作ってるじゃねえか。どう見ても時代遅れのポンコツだろ。身の程を知りやがるってんだ。あんまり生意気言うようだと俺のデビルストロンガーでガチで潰すぞ。
相手のロボを壊すのはルールで禁止です。
ああ、なんか言ったか？
言いました。対戦相手のロボを壊すのは禁止です。
この甘。
ああ、はいはい、アキちゃん。
He needs to take a chill pill. Get out of here. I pull Akio by the hand and stand her behind me. I know words. Then I then put myself directly in the line of Maikawashi's glare.
いやー、すみません、もう喋りませんから。
ああ、
I don't want to talk to him anyways.
試合前
He's
にあれこ
icky.
れ挑発しても負け犬の遠吠えにしか聞こえませんもんね。失礼しました。
Oh!
そりゃどういう意味だ。
Maikawashi's face turns bright red. I guess he's angry.
どういう意味も何もそのままですけど、反省してるんですよ。
このガキ、俺を誰だと思ってやがる。
まあまあ落ち着いて、なんで怒ってるんです？
はい、話してないで。両者、準備 OK？
The referee cuts in and gets straight to business.
ぶっ潰してやるよ。
Maikawashi's face is twisted in rage. He holds up his controller.
カイ、大胆かつ慎重にね。
Pick one or the other, please. And I'd really appreciate some silence right now. I don't need you dragging me down. Rude. You're killing my focus.
それでは
Ooh,
予選トー
the
ナメント
face
1回
off.
戦。レディー。
I'm excited. I take a small breath and hold my phone droid tightly. My eyes are closed. Well, you should open them. I look down at the ring from above in my head. My position, the opponent's position, the paths to press that the opponent will likely take, the paths that I should utilize to get to Devil Stronger. Among the countless choices, I identify the routes with the highest possibility of success. By doing this, I have a spatial understanding of the area beyond my field of vision. This is what I always do in games. In a first-person fighter like Kill Ballad, this is especially vital. That's right, this is just a game. The ring is much narrower than it appears. There's a lot of distance between the Prez and Devil Stronger. Best case scenario would have been knowing that things attacks beforehand, but oh well. Since I have no data, I'll have to react on the spot. I guess I'll wait and see for now. No.
Fight!
One should always close the distance right at the start. Without hesitating, I charge directly at Devil Stronger. Before it enters my range, Devil Stronger twists its waist. Its long arm extends forward. A thrusting attack. I swiftly input the commands into my phone droid. Thanks to my daily KB training, Devil Stronger's punch looks like it's frozen in time. I can react within 4 frames of move. I could close my eyes right now and deal with this, no problem. Don't get cocky. Devil Stronger's a heavyweight hobby robot. Its height is 1.5 times that of Honorary Prez. That certainly explains why its thrust is so high. I crouch down to avoid the punch. Then transition into an uppercut motion. The Prez's extending arm stretches out and connects cleanly with Devil Stronger's crotch. Not punch! I sweep it from below. I see this thing is taking notes from Johnny Cage.
Down!
I live in a world of individual frames. Slow attacks like that are just begging to be countered.
っていうかさ、アキちゃん、技名叫ばないでくれ。
おい、何言ってんの？
Nah, that's
必殺技は叫んでダメだよ。
Yeah, I'm with her on this one. That is vital here. The down Devil Stronger slowly starts to right itself.
まぐれだろ。でなきゃあんな反応速度出せるわけがねえ。ビギナーズラックだ。調子に乗んなよ、ガキ。
I'm not gonna argue. It was legit lucky that I got the first down. When I charged in on him, I was fully expecting to be the one downed. Looks like Mike Hawashi's getting all fired up. He's gonna pull something big next.
デビルストロンガー、ワンダウンで試合再開します。
It has really long limbs. Like that's I think that's its biggest advantage is the long ass limbs.
見せてやるよ。デビルストロンガーの恐ろしさをね。
I'm pretty sure you just flipped a death trigger.
なんかあの人怒ってるよ。
I stay fully aware of the distance between us and try to flank him. I have the faster movement speed. It shouldn't be too hard to get behind him.
証拠まかしてんじゃねえ。勝負しやがれ。
I ignore his taunts. Devil Stronger's turning speed is comparatively slow. Once I get into his blind spot, dropping a combo on him should be easy peasy. I close the distance in an instant. Boop, boop. But the second I finish inputting the command, something feels off. I think I might have screwed up the range. I figured as much. The hit was shallow. It almost whiffed entirely. I'm still not used to the Prez's attack range. Nonetheless, that attack should have shaken Devil Stronger up a bit. Sadly, its auto balancer is extremely good. Despite looking like it might fall over, it carefully rebalances itself. Before I can do anything, Devil Stronger is within range. I try to put some distance between us by hitting the dash button, but crap, this isn't Kill Ballad. There is no dash button. Plus, the Honorary Prez has no reverse movement. Turning 90 degrees and crab walking is my fastest retreat option. Unfortunately, because of my near whiff, I react too late. A fatal mistake. Ooh. Spinning lariat, but like the kind that is only possible for robots. Devil Stronger spreads both arms wide. It immediately starts spinning its upper body around, using its torso as an axis. Devil Stronger's gale-like lariat smashes into the Prez and sends it flying out of the ring.
ついに出た。これこそが前回大会多くのロボを血祭りに上げたダブルラリアットフロムヘル。種子島から来た高校生もやはりその洗礼を浴びてしまったぞ。
I get it. So that's his combat strategy. He's all about powering through his opponents. Akio's info was spot on. As soon as I enter its attack range, it's over. The weight difference is too great. Akio runs over to where Prez landed below the ring and picks it up. As soon as she stands it up on the home position, she breathes a sigh of relief. She checks the joints for any unnatural bending. The little dude did get sent flying after all.
大丈夫。ちょっと肩のあたりにひび入っちゃったけど、他は異常なし。今の技すごかったね。
できれば事前に教えといてもらいたかったよ。
あ、そっか。ごめん。うっかりしてた。
Yeah, this is all data. This is all good data.
レベルストロンガーと対戦した全てのロボットはあの技で全て行動不能に追い込まれているんだぜ。攻撃と防御を兼ね備えた死角なしの絶対的必殺技。心なしか前回よりも回転スピードが速くなっているようだ。
I think I see where this is going.
大会の優勝候補最右翼はこの男なのか。
当然だろうが、こんな素人のガキには負けねえんだよ。
I really hope this ends with like the super special attack. I already forgot what it was called. The Axel Rush. Just dash right through, under, smack it out of the ring.
デビルストロンガーワンダウン。種子島シン3回ワンダウンで試合再開。ファイト。
Again? Really? Already? Wow, and here I thought Akio was the only one crazy enough to yell out attack names. But it looks like that's all he's good for. Did he seriously start using his double lariat while I'm outside his attack range? I mean, I imagine it can still move, right? I ignored Akio's desperate sending cry. I advance as close as I can without entering Devil Stronger's range. And then I simply watch. I'm looking for a blind spot in that so-called invincible special attack of his. But I'm not panicked. In fact, I'm calmer than when the match started. Actually, I'm excited. My mind is clear. All I'm focused on is the match. I guess he's done waiting. With its upper body still spinning, Devil Stronger approaches. There! Oh, snap. My timing by eye is perfect. I also corrected my range mistake. The impact of my attack goes right into its weight. As a bonus, the whole rush combo hits the mark. Devil Stronger, 1.5 times the height of Honorary Prez, goes flying out of the ring.
Down!
That was awesome. Even Akio is totally dumbfounded.
コマってあるでしょ。あれと似たようなもんだよ。上半身があれだけぐるぐる回転してたら下半身は逆に不安定になっちゃってるわけだからさ、上下方向にちょっと衝撃を与えてやるだけでコローンといっちゃうんだよね。
横軸じゃなくて
縦軸、上下方向。
If I tried to oppose it on the horizontal axis, those spinning arms would have sent me flying. All I did was match its timing, then hit one of Devil Stronger's spinning arms from below with a gunball upper. The timing was super tight, so it would have been difficult for anyone but me to land the hit. Then, with the centrifugal force from the rotation throwing it off balance, I finished it with a gunball rush. Though to be honest, that last bit was me styling on my Kawashi. A little bit of revenge for earlier. I love how, like, this guy has no qualms about talking the maddest shit. He's like, yes, I am the best. But he also just kind of is. Like, he has the skill to back up that trash he talks. Like, he states his own skill as fact, and it kind of is. After being warned, Maikawashi grabs Devil Stronger and returns it to the ring, a blank expression on his face.
Devil Stronger 2ダウン種子マシン3回1ダウン次のダウンでデビルストロンガーは負けとなります。
I mean, if that was his, like, trump card, he kind of used it up. Oh dear, he's lost it. Yeah, what else has he got? One who knows little often repeats it, I guess. Yeah. Once again, Maikawashi starts up the double lariat from hell while I'm outside of his attack range. I already know how to counter this. If there's no input error, I can take Devil Stronger down with the same series of moves. How does he not get this? While the double lariat from hell might have dominated the last tournament, it's just a handicap now. I used the exact same method as before and put a stop to his raging typhoon. As my follow-up attack, I twist my waist 90 degrees and hit it with my own lariat. That's great. Just the extra disrespect on top. Devil Stronger promptly falls over in the ring.
3ノックダウンで勝者種子マシン3回
There's a moment of silence. This is followed by tremendous cheering directed at us. It's possible! Akio hugs me tightly. Funny considering how she looked like she was gonna cry mid-match. Here's some joy! Because you're so amazing.
これは大番狂わせだ。なんと優勝候補と見られていたデビルストロンがまさかの予選トーナメント1回戦敗退。それを破ったのは種子島から来た無名のロボット。おっと、ちょっと待ちな。たった今ホットな情報が入ってきたぜ。デビルストロンガーに勝利した種子マシン3回の中央種子島高校ロボ部はなんと9年前のロボワンフェスティバルでの優勝経験ありなんだぜ。しかもその時の優勝マシンも種子マシン3だったのさ。さらに聞いて驚きな。9年前の種子マシン3のオペレーターは今現在エグスケで大活躍中の瀬宮美咲さんだ。こいつはがぜん中央種子島高校ロボ部を要チェックだぜ。瀬宮美咲の遺伝子を持つ高校生の活躍を見逃すな。
両者
How's that for pressure? This guy. Sorry we crushed your entire world. Maikawashi looks like his soul has left his body, a far cry from his attitude from earlier. He slumps his shoulders and trudges away. I can't help but feel dissatisfied as I watch him in the corner of my eye. I did perfectly. All of the matches and pools are finished. My other 3 opponents were all worse than Devil Stronger in terms of specs, so I blew through them. Hold on, I'm curious with that, I did it perfectly. Fighting game lingo. To intentionally press a button at the ideal time. This applies even when rapidly pressing buttons. As long as the timing is intentional, it's still considered to be eyeing it perfectly. That's funny. Now we advance to the final bracket. We made it to the top 32, eh? Considering our robot is 9 freaking years old, that ain't too shabby.
はい、食べるでしょ。
Akio appears with crepes in hand from a nearby joint. Now I want crepes. Thanks a
ミッ
lot.
チー探さずにクレープ買ってたの？
すごく美味しそう
I
だ
would
った
just want
から
crepes. Akio is in good spirits compared to earlier in the day. Though I know why. You know, because we nailed it, crushed the opponents.
うちのおごり。
Well, in that case, who am I to say no?
明日もあるけど、分かってる？
わかってるよ。
I bite down into the crepe, and the sweetness of the strawberries, bananas, and whipped cream fills me out. Don't describe the crepe! Stop! No!
はい。
Don't do this to me!
どう？優勝狙える？狙えるよね。大丈夫だよね。
Who is she trying to convince?
ロボ1のレベルは大体分かったよ。想像してたよりは大したことなかったかな。あの程度かってのが感想。
Even my Kawashi, a favorite to win the championship, wasn't much.
ホビーロボのレベルはすごく高いんだけどね。ほとんどは37。前川氏のなんとかストロンガーなら1級で不利だったくらいだよ。
Whatever stronger. Rude.
でもオペレーターは違ったみたいでさ。戦いの駆け引きみたいなのが分かってないっていうのかな。みんなあくまで開発者兼オペレーターだからかもしれないけど、キルバラでいつも対戦してる連中に比べると全く物足りなかったよ。キルバラのスピードとは全然違うしね。もっさりしすぎ。見てからでも対応余裕。
カイはゲームの腕はすごい。
Yeah, I think it really that control scheme really did set him up for absolute victory. Yeah.
カイと渡り合える人は世界に何人もいないんじゃないかな。
いや、
It's the real secret
そ
weapon.
れは買いかぶりすぎだと思うよ。
Or maybe I am.
前川氏が特別下手くそだったってことならいいんだけど、
She
決勝トーナ
sucked.
メントに出てくる俺以外の31人も全員あのレベルじゃあんまり
This guy!
前回大会のトップ8人くらいはね、シード選手だから予選には出てこなかったの。シード選手ともなるとやっぱり強敵だと思う。
ちなみに前回大会の優勝者ってどんな人？
ミスタープレアです。
Mr. Pleiades.
は？なんて？
ミスタープレアですだよ。ほらこの人。
I glance at Akio's phone droid monitor.
いやいや、あきちゃ
Oh
ん、
my
そう
god.
いうギャグいらないし。
Whoa.
ギャグじゃないってば。前回前々回と2連覇中なんだよ。すごいんだから。
I want to read this. Two-time winner since the 39th Robo won. Appeared suddenly like a shooting star, but his true identity is a mystery. His partner robot is M45. Comment from Pleiades. By the blessings of the 7 goddesses, I arrived from 400 light years away. I am Mr. Pleiades! Okay.
この人、なんでマスクしてる？
さあ、
どう見ても日本人だよね。
多分。でもね、正体不明なんだ。
I've seen his face somewhere before. Recently, that is. Oh, is this testing me? Should I know who this is? And I don't. I quickly flip through my memories, and sure enough, there he is.
これさ、もしかして
Do I know? Oh no! Oh, that would be amazing. That. Oops.
日高
Oh, that would be. Yes.
で、うちらの学校の2年の？
Yeah, the one you're constantly harassing to join the club? Yeah, that one. Akio tilts her head as she brings her face close to the monitor and stares at it intently. Then,
まさか。
she just casually rejects my extremely likely theory. I don't know, they definitely look alike. I can't... I feel like it's been too long since I've seen his face, so...
あ、ミッチ、
But yeah, I believe it. Michi casually walks towards us from the direction of the station, waving his hands. The heck has he been up to all day?
ずっと電話してたのになんで出なかったの？
まあまあ、先生もあちこち駆けずり回ってたんだよ。
Has it been running around?
それより、先生びっくりしたぞ。聞いて驚くなよ。お前らのことがツイポですっごい話題になってるんだって。
ああ、うちも見た。カイのこと褒めてる書き込みがたくさん。あとね、キルバラみたいな操縦システムは革命的だとか。
つうかな、少なくとも瀬宮妹の素性はさらされてるぞ。
セノミヤ。
うち？なんて？
瀬宮美咲の妹だってな。もちろん顔写真付きでだ。
そっか。
いいか、忠告しとくぞ妹。
うちはミッチーの妹じゃないよ。
姉ちゃんと同じようにメディアで有名になってチヤホヤされたいとか思ったりするんじゃないぞ。お前の姉ちゃんは特別なんだからな。というか異常なんだからな。これ豆知識だからよく覚えて。
Man, it's just everybody's telling this chick, hey, you're completely normal. You'll never be anything special. Don't try. Stop! Leave her alone!
まあ、特別ってのは間違ってないけど。
ミッチー、ミサ姉と連絡取ったりした？
いや、妹は連絡したのか？
ああ、うん。でも電話したけど出なくって。
あいつ調子に乗ってるな。むしろ先生たちのことをもてなして自宅に招いてタダで泊まらせてくれるぐらいのことはすべきだと先生は思うぞ。
Michi and Misane were classmates in high school. Michi even became president of the robot club Misane founded. They used to be surprisingly close, but now there's a massive gulf between them and them that may never get sealed. Akio disappointedly sighs and takes a bite out of her crepe.
それよりミッチ、もう疲れたから早くホテルに行こうよ。また宿取ってないとか言わないでよ。
バッチリ OK だ。何しろ今日一日かけて安い宿を見つけてきたんだからな。
駆けずり回ってたってそのことか。
本来なら
Oh,
今
hey,
日中に島
he
に帰
did
る
something
予定だった
productive.
んだがな。昨日
Nice.
言ったように予算は飛行機代しかもらってないわけだからな。わかるか？今の驚くところだぞ。
I got more than my fill of surprises yesterday, thank you very much.
それでもお前たちのために今日一日慣れない東京を駆け回ったんだ。そんな先生の苦労をねぎらってくれていい。
行き当たりばったりだね。
ほんと信じられないよ、ミッチ。
教頭のプレッシャーの凄まじさってもういつかお前たちも理解するだろう。
ちなみにちゃんと2部屋取った？
なんで2部屋も必要なんだ。和室に雑魚寝すりゃいいだろうが。
うちミッチーと同じ部屋なんて嫌だからね。
そういうわがまま言うやつは路上で寝るんだな。東京なら夜も昼みたいに明るいぞ。これ豆知識な。
ああ、もうほんと
This guy
信
and
じ
his
られ
pro
ないよ。
tips.
絶対にもう1部屋取ってもらうんだから。とにかく宿まで行くか。ほら、カイ。
Akio reaches her hand out to me.
明日に備えてゆっくり休まなきゃ。まだ発作は出てないもんね。
I've been trying to keep my mind off that all day, so thanks for just bringing me crashing back to reality. I click my tongue and take Akio's hand as support as I stand
明
up.
日きっと立とうね。決勝トーナメントの頂点に。
出るからには全員一は取るよ。
I'm being perfectly honest. If nothing else, judging by my opponents in pools, top 32 doesn't stand a chance. Which is why I'm kind of disappointed. I'm not really feeling a sense of accomplishment. There's no fire inside of me. I'm not even remotely pumped up. Just disappointment. Paired with my anxiety over the bomb I'm carrying with me. My chest feels heavy, uncomfortable even. Tomorrow, eh? Is it already tomorrow? I kind of figured we'd go to the inn. There'd be a scene there or something. No, tomorrow. Let's get right into it. I'm down. The finals ring sits in the center of the arena, illuminated by spotlights. It's extremely hard to miss. I'm not gonna lie, these get me pumped up. I'm excited. Excited! We walk across the elevated passageway and towards the ring. I can hear the cheers coming from the bleachers loud and clear despite the size of the arena. It's amazing that there are so many people willing to cheer for some no-name high schoolers. Or maybe they're just cheering because they like Misane? Whatever the case may be, I can feel my heart racing in response to the cheers. Somehow we managed to win our way into the grand finals, yet I'm not really sure how to feel. If I'm being perfectly honest for once, I'm pretty hyped up. The amount of attention you get on a stage like this is unlike any other. The crowd's hype is infectious. Also, this music! Alright. But on the other hand, the time bomb inside my heart is like a tiny bone stuck at the back of my throat. It's a real pain in the ass. And so I'm conflicted. I'm hoping that I won't have an attack because I've gotten this far without one. But I'm dreading the fact that I might have one in the middle of the final match. Oh, God, yeah. Let's not do that. I like that part. I can sense the loneliness in her words, but I decide not to think too deeply about that right now. I want to avoid any unnecessary drama before the match. Is it Mr. Pleiades? Yeah! I really hope it is Hidaka, because that would be the oh my god, it totally is! It's definitely him. As if summoned by the announcer, he appears in a spotlight of red on the opposite passageway. He's wearing a mask and an absurd outfit, calmly waving to the crowd. I think because the picture on the phone, it kind of had brownish hair. It kind of looked brownish, but in here, yeah, no, that's definitely him. Range, huh? Mr. Pleiades slowly makes his way to the other side of the ring. Okay. Or he's starting to mutter to himself. Is this some kind of mind control? Should I be covering my ears right now? I never would have expected that guy, that he was so serious. This is amazing. This is amazing. What the heck is this? I'm getting goosebumps, the bad kind. All the spectators are doing it with him, so I guess it's fine, but still. When I remember that the insider is probably Hidaka-kun, my soul aches. What does that mean in this context? Common way to discuss a VA doing a certain character, also used when talking about people who are in the business or an organization. It said that the line, "there's no one inside," is the origin of this phrase. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Never heard that in that context. God, this is the best. I want his autograph.
タブ奥に出したら売れるか。
I'm guessing that's eBay. Is that eBay? Online auction sir. Yeah, it's eBay. Tabok.
ていうかさ、
He's simultaneously the worst and the best. I don't know how he does it, but Michi pulls it off. Are these two pretending not to notice? Is this some kind of prank? I'm gonna be real pissed if they're messing with me just before the finals. I feel like it's a courtesy thing, right? Like if you know who it is, you can't just call him out, right? Call out to Mr. Pleiades.
日高くんでしょ?
Dude, you don't do that. You can't just say that. You can't just call a man out like that.
いや、だってどう見ても日高くんだし。昨日は画像だけだったから
Kai, read the room, man.
これだけ近くで見たら間違いないよ。ねえ、日高くん。
Oh my god, stop saying his name.
日高?
You're a monster.
うちの学校の2年の日高か?
そう、ミッチーならわかるよね。
Michi squints his eyes as he gazes carefully at Pleiades. Sorry, he eventually turns and starts laughing at me.
日高がこんなところにいるわけないだろうに。アホだな、ヤシオは。
Okay, either they're the dumbest people in the world or they're playing along, and I'm down for playing along. Don't get me wrong. Like, you don't just call a man out like that. You just out someone when they're Mr. Pleiades. You don't do that. That's the exact same way that Akio reacted yesterday. Am I being punked? But why? Oh my god.
うちもさっきから手がすごく震えてるもん。でもお願い、落ち着いて。ね。ごめん、もう一個持ってくればよかったね。
For some reason, Akio's pitying me.
カイにいいこと教えてあげる。顔に仮面をつけてる人は高貴な身分の人しかいないんだよ。
What? What in the world is this jobber saying? Jobber?
いいから試合に集中した方がいいぞ、ヤシオ。受験と同じだ。これ豆知識な。
What in the world is this crappy advisor talking about? I'm just about done with all this.
ねえねえ、日高くん。
Oh my god,
プレ
stop!
アデスだかなんだか知らないけどさ。
That is Mr. Pleiades. You'll show him
ちょっ
respect.
とそのマスク取ってみてくれない？
Oh my god, stop.
おーっと中央種子島高校ロボ部がなんとチャンピオン相手に挑発だ。これはチャンピオン切れていいぞ。
私は日高などではない。ミスタープレアデスだ。
Sir, your finger is clipping through your mask. I can totally tell that he's a little embarrassed. He's really pushing it. This whole thing is like school play quality.
こんな茶番に付き合えって。アキちゃんやミッチーも俺のこと騙してるの？
騙す？
No, she's not. Akio's a horrible liar. Okay, so she seriously doesn't notice?
まあ別に何でもいいんだけど。
I mean, I kind of believe it. I think she just is caught up in the spectacle.
何のことかわからない。
No, of course not. Doesn't look like him getting through to him. I understand. I don't want my focus broken by something this dumb either. If this is how he wants to do things, fine. Be my guest.
両者準備して。
Akio places the honorary prez in the ring and turns its power on. Oh my. Pleiades' robot, M45, isn't much larger than Prez. Is that... I think that's a star too, right? M45? I can't remember if either that's a star or like a constellation. Maybe it's a star in the Pleiades constellation. isn't much larger than Prez, but it's also a lightweight model, which means it's going to rely largely on grabbing and throwing. I watched his matches in the semifinals, so I'm more than aware of his strategy. Its thin arms are deceptively strong. As soon as I get in range, they'll get me. Once that happens, Prez gets tossed. Despite being lightweight, I've seen it throw around heavyweight robots without breaking a sweat. I've also gotten a good handle on Pleiades' strategy after watching the semifinals. His style is definitely more proficient than other operators. Thus far, he's constantly waited for his opponent to strike, then countered whenever he had the opportunity. Get too close and you'll get sucked in and taken for a ride. Sucked in. Fighting game like grapples long range move, yeah. Sucked in. Problem is that I can't attack unless I get close. In terms of functionality, Prez is at a disadvantage, as usual. Yeah, it's very melee oriented, no long range. I'll start things off by watching him carefully. Akio gently places her hand on top of mine, the one holding the phone droid. She says it like she's comforting a child. Aren't I supposed to be the guardian here? These things are really sweet, and then Kai's like, oh, treating me like a child. I didn't say that Mr. Pleiades' true identity is Subaru Hidaka because of nerves. I'm not letting this go. It's one of those. Just come on, man. At least wait until after the turn, right? Like maybe bring it up back at school. Her completely baseless optimism is what makes Akio who she is. But these are just words of consolation. Akio's encouragement doesn't resonate with me. Looks like I'm really gonna have to compete in the finals with this ticking time bomb still active. I take a deep breath and clutch my phone droid tightly.
それでは優勝決定戦を始めます。青、種子島マシン3回。赤、M45。レディー、ファイト!
As soon as the round begins, I have the Prez crab walk without getting too close to M45 while I watch it carefully. Meanwhile, M45 immediately advances to the center of the ring, stops and tries to confront Prez head on. Makes sense. It's pretty obvious what he's trying to do. He wants to grab me as soon as I get in range, right? So he's turtling. This was a fighting. I'm surprised turtling isn't a one of those little tip vocabulary things. If this was a fighting game, he'd totally be getting ravaged by the crowd right now. But either way, this is a pain. I don't have too many options here. M45 spreads its arms out like it's trying to taunt me even more. I love the eyebrows. What about this thing's face? Jesus, they're long. Like how they spell Jesus. M45's arm's length is even more apparent when it stretches out like that. Its arm span is probably longer than its height. I'm curious what those spikes are for. Because she said damaging the opponent's robot is against the rules. So I guess it's like pincers? Maybe just for looks. Plus, judging by how bulky they are, Pleiades probably loaded them up with all sorts of gimmicks. Just thinking about them puts a huge amount of strain on me mentally. An extraordinary amount of pressure. With M45's long arms spread out in this narrow ring, I have nowhere to go. I can jump out of the ring or enter its range. Either way, I'm on a one-way trip to hell. He clearly has a good grasp on how to zone out an opponent. Not bad, Hidaka-kun. Pleiades. However, M45 has one glaring flaw. It's slow. Going by its walking speed, it's super slow for a lightweight robot. Heck, it might even be as slow as Devil Stronger.
アキちゃん、なんで向こうのロボットあんなにもっさりしてると思う？
サーボモーターの設定かな。
Yeah, all of its power is probably for grabbing.
重視なんだよ。
Yeah.
トルコ？
パワーがあるってこと。
I see. Makes sense for a robot that primarily utilizes throws. The referee motions for us to be more proactive, but M45 barely moves a muscle. It just stands in the center, following my movement in a circular motion, except it's not keeping up. Get behind it? It's way too slow. I might be able to circle around to its back pretty easily. YOLO! Don't YOLO. I give it a shot. Before the opponent can change directions, I manage to circle around to its blind spot. Perfect timing. Talk about an easy cross-up. Again, I feel like that you'd think that would be one of the little tidbits. I'm pretty much free to do whatever I want. I could throw him, I could. Oh, saw this coming? I hear Pleiades snicker. He's way too calm for someone completely vulnerable. What's going on? Is this a trap? I try to put some distance between us as I smell something fishy. That's when M45 makes its strange move. With its hip joint as an axis, the upper body spins 180 degrees. I let my guard down because the robot looks human, but these aren't humans. They're designed to do inhuman things. I'm now totally backed into a corner. M45's bulky arms draw near. At this rate, I'm gonna get grabbed. Oh. I instinctively dish out some punches with both arms in order to deflect M45's grabs. The moment I see him staggered, I try to put some distance between us. But before I can do anything, M45 grabs onto me like he's going to fall on top. Crap! By the time I realize what's happened, he's on top of me like some kind of wrestler. Going for the pin? I mean, wouldn't that count as a down for the other one too? They're both technically, I guess, because he fell down first. Yeah, I guess that. This is tricky. This commentary is really starting to piss me off. His voice echoes so loudly that it's hurting my ears.
Oh my
god. Michi, could you not? Seriously, the last person you want to hear from in this position. I ever so slightly shrug my shoulders as I use my phone droid to stand the Prez back up. Wonder if maybe he's gotta go in quick, knock him down before he can grab you. That's the only thing I can think of. If he doesn't have any blind spots, then this is the only way. Oh my god, is she gonna use the secret move? Or this super special? I won't give him time to... Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Don't give him time to grab me. Yeah. The referee announces the match's continuation. He's also a lightweight, so he'd go for the, like, just try to smack him before he goes for the grab. That thing has no blind spots. That means it doesn't matter what direction I attack from. I'll just take him on, full frontal. Keep in mind, this isn't some suicide attack. The key to everything, once again, is M45's slow movement speed. Basically, my plan is to attack several times before I can get grabbed. While it seems similar, this isn't a hit and run strat. Once I attack, I'm staying in until M45 is downed. This is going to be an all or nothing game of chicken. Time to begin my approach. The patient M45 attempts to grab the Prez. Slow. So slow that I might be able to slip away. Without a second thought, I charge in without stopping. He's the best.
なんだ今のは。種子マシンの流れるような連続攻撃。今のは本当にホビーロボットの動き
And giving you a
なのか。
chance. Oh, how your robots move? Well, it did, so.
M45 に食らわせたぞ。掴む時間すら与えなかった。まさに電光石火。
Akio pumps her fist into the air. Come on, I got one down, that's it. Take it down a notch, please. My strat worked, but I doubt Hidaka, or Pleiades, will fall for it twice. He's gonna counter it next time for sure. I can't let my guard down yet. I start trying to focus again. My anxiety is still more than present. The reason being the time bomb inside of me, obviously. I can't predict when I'll get an attack. It just happens without warning. Oh, how nice it'd be if I could sense it coming. The only thing I know for certain is that I'm more likely to have one when I'm sick, under stress, or emotional. But I can only speak from experience. I have no idea if those things really have any relation or not. Maybe that's why he's so, like, he tempers his expectations so much. Because just to help prevent attacks. In less than 10 minutes, this match will come to an end. I hope I can hold out until then. Yeah, that'd be a really crappy way for this to go. Hate to lose for that reason. Should I wait and see, or should I try to ride this wave of momentum? I'm thinking the former is the right move here. Yeah, see if he sets up his big center turtle thing again. Hidaka, Pleiades, seems oddly calm. It's too risky to go on without a plan. I should wait for him to make a... Ooh. Only gave me 8 seconds for that. I immediately take evasive action. Oh, the spike! A lightning fast piercing strike just barely grazes the prez. I should be out of range. Hell, I'm so far that you wouldn't even consider this close to being in range. Pleiades used a high-speed piercing attack from that distance? Another one? This time, I failed to dodge the attack. Ooh. The prez takes the hit dead on and goes flying out of the ring. So I guess it can like switch between power mode and speed mode. Interesting. Cool stick-like weapon. Stick-like? There's spikes! It's like a nail. Nail bunker. Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. M45 shot what looked to be a spike out of the tip of its arm. This long-range attack far exceeded M45's throw range. That's how he knocked Prez out of the ring. But where did that range even come from? I wonder if it's wrapped, like it's an extendable thing that's wrapped and curved, and it can extend. The spike was fired from an insane distance, especially when you consider M45's design. There's no way it reached me from that far away. But it did. Spike... Huh. M45 can rotate its upper body 180 degrees. If it stops at the 90-degree point, M45 gains an additional shoulder width of distance. It's only a few centimeters, but that does go a long way. The more skilled the opponent, the more effective the move. The key for M45 to bait its prey into entering its range. The key for M45 to bait its prey and enter its range. It's key. It's key. This prompts the prey to try and strike from outside. My reading comprehension is plummeting. The closer the opponent is to M45's range, the more effective those extra centimeters become. If the opponent eventually lowers their guard thinking they're out of range, they become easy prey for the pile bunker.
ふざけた飛び道具を隠し持ってるじゃないの。
There was no point to my wait and see approach. I knew he'd end up adapting to my strategy. Or maybe he came prepared, expecting his opponent to use a strategy like mine. Could you not? This hidden weapon completely makes up for M45's lack of speed.
日高昴が実は結構すごい男だっていうのをようやく認識したよ。
プレアですね。
プレアですね。
Whatever, man. Akio rushes the honorary Prez back into the ring. Meanwhile, I wipe the sweat off my cheek. Is it just the heat from the lights above, or is it the hype from the audience? Maybe I'm finally feeling backed into a corner and getting nervous. It feels like I've hit a dead end. I'm not going to be able to avoid that pile bunker so easily. How many times can this thing strike consecutively? It has a huge attack range, but not many openings. Ugh. My reaction speed is good enough to easily deal with it, but the Prez isn't fast enough to evade that pile bunker. If I use up 8 frames on reacting and command input, I'll never make it in time. Can someone nerf M45, please? I'd need to have finished the command input in 1 or 2 frames in order for Prez to have time to dodge. I guess I could also predict the move beforehand, but yeah, that's a bad idea. Reading your opponent like that is a huge gamble. Even if you manage to evade him once, there's no guarantee you'll be able to do it a second time. Are you serious?
3回2ダウン。次種子マシン3回がダウンすると3ノックダウンで負けになります。
What can the Prez and I do? What options do we have to get close while avoiding the pile bunker? There's no time to think. The match resumes. If I stall for too long, the pile bunker will come flying. I'll just have to play footsies until I find an opportunity to close the gap. I control the Prez with those thoughts at the front of my mind. I feel like footsies is another one that would be a good, like, little tip fighting game-y thing. Just then, I'm hit with a feeling of discomfort. The controller response is slow. No, it's the opposite.
動きがおかしい。
左足。さっき落ちた衝撃で関節が詰まっちゃったんだ。
Uh-oh. The Prez's left leg is behaving abnormally. Its walk speed is down, and its movement is wobbly. Now of all times? Why didn't Akio check the Prez when she stood him up in the ring earlier? Ah, this is no different than just standing still. It's like I'm asking him to shoot me with the pile bunker.
本当に。
Just then, Mr. Pleiades murmurs something. His voice is so low that the audience can't hear it, but I can, perfectly clearly.
がっかりですよ、先輩。
No way, it's really him? He noticed the malfunction on our end, and M45 immediately begins twisting its body and aiming its pile bunker at Prez. I'm not going to be able to dodge this, it's over. But oddly enough, out of the 2 days I've spent here at Robo 1, right now, I'm the most hyped I've ever been. It's at this very moment. Oh no! No! I think there he goes. My heart begins to throb in pain, as if it's being squeezed by an ice-cold hand. Simultaneously, everything around me begins to move in slow motion. All of the sound in the world has vanished. My senses have sharpened considerably. Can you just chill out a little bit? I'm having an attack. What a pain in the ass. I hate to admit it, but I'm actually pretty lucky that it picked now of all times to blow up on me. My mind is clear. It's cold. My body temperature is dropping at an alarming rate. Feels like my blood has gone from boiling hot to ice cold. My body feels strangely heavy. It's almost like I've dived into the ocean. The air feels thick and viscous. Amidst this calmness, there's only silence and breathlessness. I can't breathe. This is why it feels like I'm submerged in water. I'm swimming through this soundless world without breathing. This moment feels eternal. I can flow through this slow-motion world, all the while experiencing the same pain as suffocating. Due to an invisible force, opposing force, I too can only move in slow motion. Slow-mo. That's what I call my attacks. I know, super original, right? It's the exact opposite of Akio's attacks. Her fast forward allows her to see time compressed, whereas my slow-mo allows me to see time expanded. During an attack, I see 1 second of time stretched out to about 30 seconds, apparently. It's considered a sort of elephant-mouse syndrome, but even the doc that diagnosed me wasn't sure how it worked. The reason why everything is moving in slow motion right now is simply because my senses have been acutely sharpened. The real world itself hasn't actually changed. A second is still a second. But within that single second, I can process 30 seconds worth of thoughts and reactions. For example, it takes me 0 frames to do what used to take me 4. I can even input a full command in 1 frame. That'd be awesome if it weren't for the crippling pain and whoops. And not being able to breathe and not being able to move. Oh, aside from all that, this sounds awesome. The pile bunker that M45 just fired looks like it's frozen in space. If I confirm its trajectory, I can cover for my disadvantage just fine. In my current condition, I can easily evade. But I can't breathe. Feels like I'm hanging on to my life by a thread. I desperately try to supply oxygen to my lungs, but my body won't respond the way I want it to. Deep within my heart, I continue to pray for release from this pain. I've locked onto my target. There's still distance between us. I won't be able to cover it during slow-mo. My surroundings aren't frozen. But I do have one way available to me. A way to close the distance more speedily than to walk forward normally. Oh my god. Yes, yes, yes! Super move! I grind my teeth in pain. No matter how hard I try, I can only move at the same speed as the rest of the world. I put every ounce of energy I have into this. I demand for my fingers to react. Then, after a short delay, the fingers around my phone droid start to move. This guy's a champion, fighting through this, and he's like, you know what? Let's do this. There's an actual delay between my mind and my body, but there's nothing I can do about it. The tip of the pile bunker draws ever closer to the Prez, but I've already input the command to dodge it. The honorary Prez steps to the side, and the pile bunker grazes the surface of Prez's arm. I just barely managed to evade M45's attack. But it's already in a position to fire again. The first shot was from its left arm, the second shot comes from the right. Does that mean it can only fire 2 consecutive shots? Its aim was spot on. M45 locks on to the Prez after it dodged the first shot. Boom, here comes shot number 2. The spike once again moves very slowly, which allows me time to dodge it handily. Since it can only fire in a straight line, there's nothing to fear as long as it's off by a few tenths of a millimeter. I just barely dodged the second spike and faced the defenseless M45 straight on. The distance between us has barely changed. M45 is still far, far away. There's no way I'll be able to punch him at this distance. Yes! I mean, this would only bring it to a tie, 2-2. So there'd still be a final round. I'm amazed that Kai is fighting through this to still go. I never expected Akio's lame idea to be useful at a time like, well, it wasn't very lame then, was it? It almost feels like it's fate. Can't say I'm a fan. He's such a bummer. Time to end this. GG easy. I also like how there's no time limit for that one. Pretty great. Time resumes. GG easy. As soon as I finish inputting the command, the arena is flooded with sounds. The flow of time finally returns to normal. The thick texture of the air vanishes. I can finally breathe again, freeing me of the suffering from earlier. And the honorary prez has already completed its transformation. It's sitting on the floor with its legs stretched out. The motors on the wheels attached to its bottom begin to spin. And he's off! Say it! Say the move! The prez performs a high-speed sliding attack on M45. Both robots are sent flying out of the ring, tangled up with one another. The lousy motors go silent. Silence. The entire arena is engulfed in silence. For a second, it almost feels like my attack isn't finished. I take a deep breath and look around. There's an explosion of sound. Roars erupt from the spectator seats as the whole arena is thrown into a tizzy. Oh, yeah, that.
Okay, 瀬宮美咲の妹ちゃん。今の最高にバーニングなフィニッシュ技。
Look at everybody calls for that. That's just, they just know. It finally dawns on me that all these cheers are for me. It's almost like my attack is being celebrated. I make sure nobody hears me as I click my tongue. Rocket punch. Hero exclusive. When booted up, oh no, that's cat ear mode. A typical special move in robot, yeah. Damage is animated far away, firing an arm from an elbow, extremely rapid speed. Rocket punch! Jeez, GG easy! Oh, I don't want to look for it. That's funny to me. They got GG easy, but not cross up? That's silly. The crowd's excitement has peaked. The audience is shouting and stomping to express their excitement over the thrilling grand finals match. The earth-shaking fervor of the crowd is directed at the two in the center of the arena, Mr. Plebes and Kaito Yashio.
なかなか面白い動きをするな。ブレイクアップは起きているか？
今からおよそ12時間前に大規模太陽フレアが発生し、高速の CME が確認されています。肉眼での確認はまだですが、現時点でもオーロラが発生している可能性は高いかと。ですが、この規模のフレアはこの数年では日常です。
Did I actually skip something? I feel like I skipped something. No, I just... okay.
故にその影響ではないと。中央種子島高校か。私の勘違いでなければ君の母校だったな。
はい。
彼らのことは
操作システムについては斬新な発想ですが、戦術そのものは洗練されているとは言えません。フロックと見てしかるべきかと。
手厳しいな。だが私が聞いているのは知り合いかということなんだが。
ええ、よく知っています。
詳細について後でまとめて報告を。
了解しました。
この場は任せる。スポンサー料については倍出すと先方に伝えておいてくれ。
どちらへ？
委員会の様子を見にな。
Oh. The arena is quite far from here, even though the physical distance is so close. From here, I can't tell how the pair, my childhood friend and little sister, are taking the crowd's cheers. There's a broadcast monitor in this VIP room that allows me to see them. But there's nothing... Whoops. They're nothing but data passing through the screen. Fiction disguises reality.
まだ囚われているのね。
I caress the surface of the glass with my fingers. The transparent wall separating us is cold, completely unlike the passionate spectators in the arena.
それは正しい資質とは言えないの。
I press my nails against the glass, trying to prevent my nerves from erupting. What? What the hell was that? Solar flare, break up. Missiles. Coronal mass. Yeah. Astronomy. The small propeller plane is bound for Tanegashima. I let out a small sigh from my seat. Akio is next to me, looking down at her phone droid monitor with a disappointed expression on her face.
離陸前に電源切らないとダメだよ。
分かってるよ。
She's been like this since last night. She's probably reading articles about yesterday's match. Not that I can blame her. Yesterday, the Robo 1 Grand Finals ended in the most abrupt way possible. After suffering from slow-mo, I instinctively used the Prez's move special. The Prez's special move, the Tangashi XL Impact. It successfully knocked Mr. Pleiades' M45 out of the ring, but the Prez went flying out too. This counted as a double ring out, and since we already had 2 downs, this was our 3rd and last. Game over. We self-destructed. What a lame way to end things. I grind my teeth. Damn it. I suppressed the urge to punch the wall, all while maintaining my composure on the outside. Didn't I tell her from the get-go? Install brakes. I pick up the same thing. The fate of the Robot Club doesn't mean jack to me, but I'm still irked over the fact that I lost. How could I let the championship slip through my fingers in such a dumb way? How embarrassing. Everything about this trip was chaotic from the get-go. If I were more prepared, I know I could have won. Which was precisely why this stings so much. If nothing else, we did get some prize money for second place. A whopping 1 million yen. God damn! But even that doesn't put a smile on Akio's face. She's barely realized that no amount of cash is going to change her situation. Akio's contagious sigh prompts me to sigh as well. With little else to do, I boredly glance around the small plane. There aren't many passengers on this early Monday morning flight. I count 4 people other than me, Akio, and Michi. It's then that a girl about the same age as us enters the cabin. She makes her way to the aisle as she looks at her ticket, confirming her assigned seat. She glances up and our eyes meet. I recognize you from the intro beginning sequence. Her face is so small, like a model. Her outfit is flashy as hell, too. I like her hat. But her eyes are kind of scary. The girl appears to be restlessly looking around. I can't tell if she's refined or just out of her mind. She ends up sitting in a seat 2 rows in front of me. As far as I can tell, she's alone. As soon as she's seated, she pulls out her phone droid and starts Kill Ballad, only to be stopped by a cabin attendant. Just like that, my affinity for this mysterious girl skyrockets. I had a feeling. I definitely didn't think she'd be a KB player. Oh, is she? I wonder if she's, I already forgot the name, but the 4th place. If she's from Tokyo, it shouldn't be that surprising. Tokyo girls are all about their latest trends, apparently. I can feel my mood lighten a touch. The propellers outside the windows start to spin. The plane begins to slowly move across the runway. Once the cabin attendant goes over the emergency instructions, a voice comes in over the speakers above.
JAC 3761便午前8時40分発種子島行きは離陸の準備が整いましたのでこれより出発いたします。定刻通りの出発にご協力いただきまして誠にありがとうございました。 種子島空港へは午前9時20分に到着予定です。現在種子島の天候は晴れ、気温27度となっております。当機の機長は達潮、客室乗務員は西でございます。短い間ですが空の旅をどうぞお楽しみください。それではカイト、アキちゃん、ナイスファイト。
I was like Kaito's dad.
茂みおじさん。
My dad, Shigemi Yashio, happens to be a pilot for flights between Tanegashima and Kagoshima. I really wish he wouldn't talk about personal stuff in front of the other passengers. Maybe don't do that. Embarrassed, I turn off my phone droid and sink into my seat, pretending to fall asleep.
本機は定刻通り種子島空港に到着いたしました。本日も JAC ジャパンエアコネクトをご利用いただき誠にありがとうございました。
Once the plane comes to a halt, the passengers rise up from their seats and head towards the exit door.
ミッチ、起きてってば。
Michi slept through the entire ride, even the landing. G-forces ain't got nothing on him, I guess. Akio taps him on the cheek, but he doesn't move a muscle.
鼻と口を塞いじゃえばいいんだよ。
じゃあ海がやってよ。
Here goes nothing, and just as I execute our plan, Michi flails wildly as he wakes up after nearly suffocating.
ちゃんと引率してほしいんだけど。
着いたか。よし。このまま学校だぞお前ら。遅刻扱いになるから覚悟しとけ。
Wow.
学校今日は行きたくないかも。
教頭と顔を合わせたくないから。
I can totally see the VP immediately disbanding the club the second she sees Akiho. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't happen today, it'll happen tomorrow.
なあ、なんか外が騒がしくないか？
え？
Outside? The three of us are the only ones left on the plane. I peek outside and see a ton of people standing on the aircraft apron. I don't think I've ever seen so many people at this airport. There's got to be over 100 folks out there. That's when I see lights flashing on and off. Camera flashes? Oh boy.
あれじゃないかって先生は推測するぞ。ロボ1で準優勝したお前らに突撃取材ってな。
準優勝になんか何の価値もないもんね。
I wanted to stand at the very top of the summit. I wanted to stand shoulder to shoulder with Misane, whether that be in KB or Robo 1. As a gamer, if I'm entering a competition, of course I'd want to come out number 1. But the reason we failed this time is entirely because of my lack of skill. And also a lack of breaks, but, you know. Akio places her hand on my shoulder and offers me some words of encouragement.
明日から放課後にぼーっと過ごせる場所がなくなるのはちょっと残念だけどね。
カイがぼーっとするためにロボ部があったわけじゃないんだけどな。
We finally make our way out of the plane. We've already been sitting around for way too long. The stewardess is looking out the window, dumbfounded. We pass by her and disembark. It's then that we come face to face with the giant crowd of people. There I spot the girl from earlier. Except she's surrounded by a sea of people and cameras. Maybe she really is a celebrity or something.
キルバラットオンラインを作ったのはあなたで間違いないんですね。なぜ今まで素性を偽ってたんですか？
おいくつですか？
種子島に移住するとの噂は事実ですか？事実だったとしたらなぜですか？3サイズを教えてください。
Oh, come on!
あなたが本当にフラウ工事郎氏なんですか？
The Frau! I passively hear the reporter's questions and can't believe my ears. Frau? You mean her? I assumed Frau was some dude in his 30s. But you're telling me that this girl, the one who looks about my age, is the one who made KB? The very same one who shared the KB source code with me?
フラウ工事郎だって？
違う。
Nope. Suddenly, the quiet girl mumbles. She ignores all the journalists surrounding her and zooms straight in on me. Please. It says please.
Huh?
Oh my god. Look at that face! As she says this, Frau Kojiro bends her lips upward. And then she laughs. Oh my god. That's the best thing.
ロボ部は廃部です。今日中に荷物をまとめること。
The vice principal acts swiftly and without mercy. Already aware of yesterday's Robo 1 results, she charged into the clubroom with Michi after school.
旧空港の方の倉庫も同様ですわよ。私物は持って帰りなさい。残ったものはすべて捨ててしまいますから、そのつもりで。
I consider bribing the VP with the Robo 1 money, but that'd probably work against us, so I say stay quiet. Imagine if we actually tried to give her 1,000,000 yen to let our club off the hook. She'd flip her lid. Students trying to bribe me? How dare you? Granted, any VP'd probably react that way. I considered doing this really stupid thing, but I chose not to. I let Akiho do it. She actually said it!
それで何ですの？
それは、その。
何ですの？
Use your words. She's terrifying. Her eyes are completely fixed on Akiho. That's why I said this was a bad idea.
何でもないです。
Oh. Even Akiho is able to read the room on this one.
よろしい。ちなみに学校の予算で作ったものは持ち帰らないこと。あの巨大ロボットもそこにある小さなロボットもですわ。
種子島シンさんはうちが自分のお年玉を前借りして改良したんです。
そうなのですか。それは失礼。ではその小さなロボットについてはご自由になさい。
Well, that's good. Akiho bites her lip and hangs her head low. She's clearly trying her best to suppress her emotions. Her tightened fists are just barely trembling. This was the deal we made. Regardless of how unreasonable the VP's conditions are, Akiho agreed to them. It is what it is. The robot club has been disbanded. The giant robot is going to be scrapped. It's all over and done with. The attempt at bribery went as expected, so I've got nothing to say. It's time to be honest with ourselves and back down. I get being hurt, but for me, I'm hurt over the fact that I couldn't win, not because the club is gone. As far as I'm concerned, that's someone else's problem. Deep inside, I honestly don't care what happens. I just want it to hurry up and be done with. It's then that I notice Subaru Hidaka watching us from afar. For some reason, he's wearing an irritated expression on his face. Now that I think about it, how did he even get back from Tokyo?
瀬宮さん、いつまでそうやって立っているつもりですか？早く片付けなさいと言っているのですよ。
Akiho, her shoulders still slumped, turns away from the vice principal and heads to the club room. Oh. The room is filled with Akiho's stuff from home, things left by old members, and junky parts for the big robot. Even I can tell that Akiho's trying not to cry. But she can't endure it any longer, and the tears begin to flow from the corners of her eyes. Before I can stop myself, I'm suddenly talking to the robot club president.
ズルしてコンティニューか。綺麗にゲームオーバーを迎えるか。アキちゃんならどっちを選ぶ？
Akiho sets her tearful gaze upon me, like she's praying for me to create a miracle.
ズルしてコンティニュー。
Will color me surprised. She didn't hesitate in the least.
夢だからこれだけは 諦めたくないから。
We've had to give up on so many things due to our attacks. We convinced ourselves that we didn't have a choice. But when it comes to the robot club, Akiho doesn't know how to give up. She's way more attached to it than I ever thought.
わかったよ。
I reassuringly pat Akio on the shoulder and walk over to where Subaru Hidaka is standing. Seeing Akio like that hit me pretty hard. Plus, it's my duty to support my childhood friend when she refuses to throw in the towel. Man, I'm contradicting myself, aren't I? I mean, he does that a lot. Before Robo 1, I was doing everything in my power to get her to give up. What the hell am I thinking?
ロボ部は廃部だそうですね。妥当だと言っておきますよ。先輩たちはあまりにお粗末すぎた。
Way to kick us while down. I immediately grin and wrap my arm around Hidaka-kun's shoulders. Are we about to blackmail him with his second identity?
何ですか?
Is that where this is going?
日高くんさ、今あれ持ってたりする？
あれとは？
あれって言ったらあれしかないでしょう。あの赤い彗星の人みたいなマスクだよ。
That's exactly where this is going.
プレアデスくん。
Hidaka-kun's expression immediately changes.
にゃんのことですか?
Talking about. Oh my god. He's so shook that he's fumbling his words. His eyes are darting back and forth too.
もしかしてさ、本当にバレてないと思ってたの?
Yeah, somehow no one else did, but yeah. I thought they were playing along. Granted, Akio and Michi didn't, but any normal human would have figured it out. And if Kaito is anything, he's a normal human. Maybe it's like kayfabe in pro wrestlers. I don't know what that is. Except I'm awful at reading the room for stuff like this.
今日いつ帰ってきたわけ？昨日のうちに島には戻ってこれないよね。朝一の飛行機には乗ってなかった。ということは昼の便？それとも船？何にせよさ、自宅には帰らずに直接
Oh, hey, Sketch Pixels.
たりしてない？
Hi.
だったら今も持ってるはずなんだよね。
I need to pay more attention to this. I'm bad at this. Oh my god, this is going exactly the way I wanted it to.
しらばっくれてもダメだよ。こっちもロボ部の存続というか、人一人の夢がかかっちゃってるもんだからさ。おっと発見。ポケットからはみ出てる。
Oh my god, he actually does have it! I think he was like put it in his locker or something. In the words of a famous fighter, predictable. I trick him into checking his pants pocket. Oh, his hand? I see. Then he immediately has an annoyed look on his face once he realizes he's been fooled. He got me too. I quickly reach into Hidaka-kun's pocket and forcibly take out the mask. Yep, this is it, no doubt about it.
騙しましたね。三流ロボ部の分際で。どうするつもりですか?
That's great. I can see the hatred in his glare, but I shrug it off and look at the VP who's watching Akio clear at the club room.
どうするって？それはもちろんこうするんだよ。
I then immediately jam the mask onto Hidaka-kun's face.
やめ。
はあ？
Yes.
こんなところにロボワン優勝者のミスタープレアですが。
I put on an act and shout into the air, dragging Hidaka-kun towards the club room. Akiho, Michi, and the VP are all stare wide-eyed at us in surprise. Mr. Pleiades, why are you wearing our school uniform? I don't understand.
どういうことだこりゃ?
優勝者。確かにテレビに映っていた人ですわ。
She knows him. Why?
もちろん。はい、プレアデスさん。いつもの自己紹介やっちゃって。 なんだっけ、アルシオンとかなんとか。
Beeport! That's
アル
great.
シオン、エレクトラ、マイヤ、タイガ、ケラエノ、アステローペ、メロペ。7人の女神の祝福により、我400光年の彼方よりここに降臨。アイアム
ミスタープレアです。
Yeah, he's the real one, that's for sure. Despite his whining, he sure put an enthusiastic performance.
はい、ということでね、ミスタープレアデスです。ああ、言い忘れていましたが、こいつはこの学校の生徒であり、ロボ部の部員ですよ。
No way!
なんですって？
Really? Even you?
つまり、昨日のロボワン決勝戦は中央種子島高校ロボ部員同士による戦いだったわけであり、
Oh, that's clever.
ミスタープレアデスが勝とうが俺が勝とうが、ロボ部はどっちにしろ優勝だったってわけです。ロボ部が敗部を免れる条件は、確かロボワン優勝でしたっけ。その条件は達成されたわけで、敗部になる必要はこれっぽっちもなかったりしますが、どうでしょう。
何をふざけたことを。
The vice principal has started to go crazy. What a terrifying lady.
そのミスターなんとかさんが我が校の生徒だという証拠がどこにあるのです。
Take off the mask.
じゃあ正体見ます？
Hidaka-kun struggles to escape my grasp, but I pull the mask right off his face. This is like Team Rocket level of ridiculous.
日高くん。
No way! It's really him!
日高じゃねえか。
これはどういうこと？
違う、僕はロボ部だから。
I quickly put my hand over his mouth.
というわけなんで教頭先生。
Proof!
帰ってもらえます？条件を達成したら廃部はない、予算も出す、そういう約束でしたよね。
And the budget! Plus, you know, the million yen.
こんなバカなことがあるなんて。
The VP's face turns bright red despite the layer of white makeup she has on.
長深田先生、ロボ部員は2人ではなかったんですの？
なんというか、その豆知識的に言いますと、その
Shut up, Michi.
どうやら3人だったようですな。
The vice principal is seething now, blue veins visible on her forehead. Kinda worried she might burst a blood vessel.
気分が悪いですわ。失礼。
But instead of exploding any further, she turns her back to us. This was the moment we truly became victorious. The vice principal gave up on destroying the robot club in that very moment. And yet Akio couldn't resist calling out to her.
ロボ部は存続していいんですか？
Don't push it.
勝手にしなさいな。
Yes!
こんな詭弁にも等しい方法を取ったのですから、予算については絶対に承認しませんからね。
Trickery. He storms off. Not getting any funding wasn't part of the deal. Despite being dissatisfied with that one bit.
ロボ部が存続。まだ続けていいんだ。
But seeing Akio so deeply moved and unable to deal with her own shock is enough for me not to make me not care. gamer that doesn't want to do anything. Also, Kaito figures out how to blackmail and bamboozle a vice principal within seconds. Right, yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just, you know, whatever makes Akio happy, but also, you know, yeah, I think he's growing, you know, he's learning. I'm still just enjoying the whole Mr. Pleiades thing. That is the funniest shit. He really is the worst. Yeah, now you're in it to win it.
じゃあミスタープレアデスの正体が日高くんだって学校中に言いふらしちゃうよ。
Considering he went so far as to hide his identity to compete at Robo 1, he must be hiding something shady. Or he's just embarrassed. Either way, good blackmail material. You fiend! Like I anticipated, Hidaka-kun throws a tantrum and stomps his feet a bit, but doesn't argue the point. It's then that Akio walks over to him. Hidaka-kun puts up his guard, but Akio simply takes his hand in hers and shakes it. Hidaka-kun seems puzzled. Hidaka-kun, your voice is shaking, and your tsundere is showing.
先輩たちを見ててイライラしましたよ。そっちのロボは9年も前のもので調整もろくにされていなかったですし、扱い方も雑だったし。ただキルバラのシステムをホビーロボに取り入れたことだけは評価してもいいような気がしないでもないというか。
Sort of me. Oh, he's actually complimenting us. Though he's still acting like a cocky jerk. Does that? Yeah, I guess that counts as a compliment. Hidaka-kun continues to face the other way. Oh my god. For some reason, Akio's eyes are sparkling. I put my arm around Hidaka-kun's shoulders again. God.
今度は何を？
ミチ、入部届出してくんない？
Gotta make it official before he gets away. Michi starts fiddling with his phone droid. These days, even club registration forms are digital. What a convenient world we live in. Hidaka-kun quickly realizes what kind of situation he's in and tries to escape. Akio and I both keep him in place as Michi puts his arm around his shoulders, too, giving this cheeky kid a way out. You will join this club, whether you like it or not.
話してください。
さっきの俺の話だけど、作り話だ。
フレンド。
ガチで日高くんにはロボ部に入ってもらわないと。じゃないとさ、ほら、教頭に荒探しされた時に困るでしょ。
そっか、そうだよね。こうなったら何が何でも日高くんにはロボ部に付き合ってもらうんだから。日高くんほどの才能をみすみす逃すわけにはいかないもん。
あんたたち下級生に対して横暴ですよ。
それは違うな。上級生が下級生に対して横暴なのは半世紀以上前からの伝統だ。いいか、日高。体育会系ってのはそういうもんなんだよ。
Granted, the Robot Club isn't a sports team.
そんなのアナクロすぎるでしょ。
Anachronistic.
まあどうせ帰宅部だし、 ちょうどいい機会じゃねえか。部活はな、汗と涙と青春だぞ。
よろしくね、日高くん。これからはスバルって呼ばせてもらうよ。
じゃあ俺も親しみを込めてスバルくんと呼ばせるか。
ナンセンスだ。
Best buddies.
家に訴えてやりますから。
Good grief, he just doesn't know when to quit. I guess I have no choice.
7人の女神の祝福により我400光年の彼方よりすいません入部します。だから人の真似しないでください。
Showy. With me. Subaru Hidaka finally surrenders. The young man dejectedly hangs his head and stops resisting.
ちなみに呪文みたいなのって自分で考えたの？
大会のディレクターの人に言わされてたんですよ。その方がキャラが立つからって。
Dang, you have my condolences.
でもミスタープレアデスがスバルだったなんて本当にちっとも気づかなかったよ。カイ、よくわかったね。
He's just so perceptive.
それギャグで言ってる？
大真面目に言ってるよ。
あっちゃんとミッチーの目は節穴だって証明されたね。
Brutal.
節穴だ。相変わらず先生の敬意が足りんな。俺、いたか、ごめん。
Michi puts his phone droid in front of Subaru. The club registration form is on screen, ready for submission. With the strength to resist gone from his soul, Subaru obediently signs his name. The way he signs his name resembles a criminal signing a statement saying, "I did the crime." He's so defeated. The form is immediately uploaded online and registered into the school database. And with that, Subaru is now a certified member of the Robot Club. Satisfied, we release our poor underclassmen from our grip.
入部はしますけど、それ以上の協力はしませんよ。こんなナンセンスなこと許されてたまるもんか。
I figured. Considering how much he's trash-talked us, forcing him to join was never gonna totally tame him. Especially considering how unreliable President Akiho is. In that case, Subaru should just take over the club himself. I really don't care where it goes from here. These two crazy robo-lovers can go run off and fulfill whatever weird dreams they have.
はい、じゃあ注目。予算獲得の件は残念だったけど、ロボ部は無事存続が決まりました。うちらはこれからも正義の巨大ロボットガンツクワンを作っていくことができるわけで、これもカイとスバルのおかげです。
先生は？
Oh?
ミッチーは何もしてないじゃん。で、話を戻すと、廃部も免れたことだし、これまでずっとうちが構想してた計画をね、いよいよ実行に移そうと思うの。
計画？
I have a bad feeling about this.
来年2月までにガンツクワン、頑張れる試作1号機を完成させるのがうちらの目標なわけだけど、やっぱり万博でグランプリを取れるロボに仕上げるにはね、うちとカイだけじゃ難しいかなって前から思ってたんだ。今はスバルが入ってくれたけど、それでもまだ3人なわけだし、だからプロの助けを借りようと思う。
へえ、それはチート行為だな。意外としたたかなこと考えてるね。アキちゃんはもっと愚直かと思ってたのに。
I mean, you literally asked her if she'd rather cheat than lose, and she said yes.
バカってこと？
おおむね合ってる。
違うよ。アドバイスをもらったり、あと施設を貸してもらったり、ちょっぴり手伝ってもらったりしようって言ってるの。
That sure would be an awfully convenient pro. Would they really go that far for a bunch of high schoolers? And anyway, who is this pro she's talking about? If she means Doc, yeah, sure, he's helped us a bunch of times up till now.
明日の放課後、早速乗り込むから、カイもスバルもそのつもりでいてね。
俺も？
じゃなくて、カイはロボ部員でしょ？
そもそも乗り込むってどこへ？
そんなの決まってるよ。
Is it? Without hesitation, Akio points to the southern sky, steeped in the color of the sunset. Something on the southern side of the island.
JAXA 種子島宇宙センター。
Are you serious?
よ、おで。
He really is the best. Really? I feel like I've only just made it to the opening. I feel like I've been playing for years. I like her. I want to see more of her. She's funny. That one still yeah. I want to know what's going on with the creepy girl. I forgot how long some of these chapters can be. Alright. Seeing as I've apparently just started the game, as the opening sequence just played, I'm gonna call it for today. I have a lot of questions. I want answers. But I'm hungry now, and I'm gonna go eat. So, thanks for watching. I'll probably play more tomorrow. Thanks. Nice stream. Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. I'll probably play tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. I can talk. Probably. If I don't, it might be the next. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.